Hello and welcome everyone to Retro Fandango episode 189. I am Kevin, aka Buried on Mars. I'm here with my buddy Richard, aka Rambox Comedy.
Hello.
Before we get started, I got a question for you, Richard.
Absolutely.
Recently, within the last couple of weeks, I saw the dumbest movie I have ever seen in my life. Not the worst.
So you mentioned that, yes.
Not the worst, the dumbest.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk about it at the end of the show? Because it is a newer movie on... you haven't seen it, right? It's
I don't care. After you mention it, I did peek at it just to read the synopsis, and I really don't care. So it's fine by me.
Okay. So at the end of this episode, because it is a new movie, and there is some twist action in there, we'll save it for the end. I'll save it for the end, just in case anyone out there wants to see. We'll do a spoiler talk about the dumbest movie I've ever seen.
Ryan's up for it.
He's ready. He's good to go. He was here before either of us. I forgot to send you an invite. I was sitting here. I'm like, where's Richard? Oh, I guess I should send him an invite.
I was just waiting.
Okay.
Let's do the twist.
Cartridge Club is playing Horizon Zero Dawn this month. I put the game into my PS4 Pro, and it started making that stupid noise where anytime I put a disc in there, it just goes. I got a busted PS4, so I took it out, and I'm like, oh. So much for that. Unless I buy it digitally, or I was just buy it on the PC.
Are the PS4s known for that problem?
No, I just, when I buy a Sony product, I always get the lemon. Whatever it is.
Coming. It's this guy.
Everyone else, they buy a PS whatever. They buy TVs. They buy whatever. Fine. They're good. I buy something Sony. It's immediate crap. I get the lemon out of there. And it always waits until it's like past whatever warranty, whatever I can bring it back. It's clever.
2 days later. Yeah.
No, 90 days at least. Hey, look, we got Duke here. We got Rocket Sauce here.
Duke.
That's it. That's all we need for a show. RF Gen is playing, not Phantom Dust. They are playing the Shinobi games on the Genesis. They're playing Shadow Dancer, Revenge of Shinobi, and Shinobi 3, Return of Ninja Master. And Beat the Bandy, they finally settled on a game. Bandy settled on a game, and he chose Sequest, my favorite Atari 2600 game of all time. Now, I saw that Duke already put up 5 or 6 scores that I will never be able to even imagine reaching. But my personal goal with the game was to get over 100,000 points, because I've never gotten over 100,000 points in Sequest before. And I'm pleased to announce, ladies and gentlemen, that I did, in fact, get 100,000 points in Sequest.
Ooh, look at you.
Last night. It's true. Maybe I should call up the image here. Google photos. Come on.
I was surprised to see that, because I had never heard of this game before.
What?
I have no recollection of ever playing it. My Atari experience was limited to the games that my uncle had. That was the first console I ever played. 105,390 points.
That's right.
Bravo. Where does this rank compared to Duke's scores?
I think he
just answered it right there. I'm at 246,130. Duke takes this stuff pretty seriously.
It took me everything to get to 100,000, because once it gets to 80,000, that's when it starts to get really fast, and you got 3 fish going by instead of 1 or 2, and yeah.
Yeah, I had never played this game. At least I have no memory of playing it. I would actually be pretty shocked if I looked through my Atari games and found it in there, because I just never remember playing this before.
Well, it wasn't a game that I played as a kid. I was just collecting all the Activision games for the Atari 2600, and that was one of them. And I just started playing it one day, and I'm like,
something you like. Yeah.
This is excellent. This is an excellent, underrated gem of a game. You always hear about like what are the always like Pitfall and Yar's Revenge. Those are always like high up on the 1 and 2. But this to me was just as good, if not better. And I like it.
Yeah, I had to search for the ROM, and then I finally got a chance to play it. And yeah, this is a really fun, fast-paced game. Before I put it in, I just went online and looked it up because I was unfamiliar with it, and I started reading the instructions, and it made no sense at all to me just reading the instruction booklet. It was like, you got to shoot the sharks and the submarines. You got to rescue divers. But if you go to the surface, it's going to cost you a diver. You should only go when your oxygen level is low, but you have to go when you have 6 divers. And it made no sense to me. After like 5 seconds of playing it, was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever read the instructions.
The only thing that didn't make sense to me at first is like I'd reach the surface and I would just explode. Like, what's going on here? Right. It's like, oh, you have to sacrifice a diver every single time you go to the surface. How that equates into the game, I have no idea. But
so every time you go to the surface, the fish advance right to a more difficult stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fish they're on a loop where you have one fish that goes by, and then 2 fish that goes by, and then 2, and they change different colors, so they become a little bit more faster. And then there's 2 with a little bit of space. Then eventually you get 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the goal is once it gets really fast, is to get through those 3 stages as fast as you can. So grab a diver, go up, let the 3, and so it goes back, resets back down to 1. So the game can be really fast, right? But it's reset to just 1 fish, and you can move around. So that's why they have the diver there. So you have to have a diver. If you don't, you lose a life, because then you could just go up and down, constantly and just reset it back. You can just skip those 3 fish levels. So I think everything in the game is really laid out very well. Like, it's well thought out. The only thing that kind of sucks is that submarine that goes by on the top. So you can't just stay at the top, right?
Yeah, that happened to me.
And when your tank fills up, the submarine continues, right? It doesn't stop and wait for you to fill up and go down. So you have to strategically decide where you're going to put that submarine up the top. You can't just go up top anywhere, because that submarine, the other boat or whatever it is up there, is just going to run into you, and you're going to lose a life. Why they did that, I don't know. I can't figure that part out. I'm sure if you've never played the game,
somebody got too good at it, so they threw that little thing at them.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's a really fun game. I'm going to do my best with it, but I'm not even going to try to compete with these scores that are up there. I'm just going to give myself my own little personal goal, just like you did.
Yeah. Well, and then I was happy. with that. Because I technically did beat the Bandy, because he set his record was 70,000, right? So he's like, that's the benchmark. That's what you got to beat, 70,000. So I did that, and then I beat my own personal goal. So, double good. So I did send a spider to Duke's house to try to take him out, but it didn't work.
A spider?
Yeah.
What did I miss?
He posted a photo of a spider the other day. It was this big, mean, menacing looking
spider. Right.
I didn't really
we got spiders like that all over around here.
We used to have these big dock spiders at my grandmother's cottage. They were huge. Big mofo.
Yeah, we get ones that, I don't know what they're called, but they're these big brown spiders, and they can get as big as your hand, like the leg span. I'll see if I can get a shot of one next time I come across one.
Well, I'm glad you brought up something that you didn't know what it was called, because I got a little game for you.
Oh,
as you know, this technically, I guess, in some ways, is our anniversary. September is when we started the show. I don't know exactly what day or what year. Was it 2013 or 14?
Get out of here. Has it been that long?
Yeah, because I think the Cartridge Club started in 13, and we started a year after.
Are we 7 years into this?
Yeah. And we outlasted them all, baby.
Mhm.
Outlasted them all. Well, at least the important one we outlasted.
Hey, look at that. Happy anniversary.
Well, happy anniversary to you, sir. And so we basically have been talking back and forth for so many years.
And we just keep saying the same things.
Well, let's see how much you've been paying attention to what I've been saying, because I got a list of Canadian slang here, and I'm going to quiz you on Canadian slang.
Wheelhouse.
See if you know what it means. Wheelhouse, I don't think it's a Canadian thing. I think it is a baseball thing, because it seems like everyone in baseball says wheelhouse.
I don't know. That's the only word that I think I've learned in the past 10 years.
But it's funny because a lot of these words I don't even think are Canadian, but apparently they are Canadian. So what is, here's the first one. What is chirping?
Chirping.
Chirping.
Chirping, to the best of my knowledge, is just like speaking about like inane topics, complaining. Is that what we do?
No, that's what I do. Yeah.
On a weekly basis.
We probably should change the name of the show to Chirping. If that's what it is.
Chirping Fandango?
No, it's like busting chops, basically. I'm just chirping you. Just chirping you. Or if you're bugging, like especially in hockey, like when you're calling out like a player or something like that, it's more like a hockey thing, but people will just say, I'm just chirping you. I didn't even know that was a Canadian thing.
All right. Well, hey, we got 2 Americans in the chat here. I need some backup on this. You guys chime in.
What about clicks? What are clicks?
Click as in like your little group, the people you hang out with, people you associate with.
It's a quick way to say kilometers. That's what we say.
Oh, okay.
10 clicks away.
I always thought that was a military thing. I always hear it in movies.
Apparently, it's a Canadian thing. I don't know.
Yeah, see, look, Ryan's saying group of people. It's your clique.
Well, that also means that, but
well, then I'm right.
What is Cowtown?
Cowtown?
Yeah.
Is it where all like the fat people live or something?
No, it's Calgary, Alberta. Cowtown. Darts.
Does it mean something other than darts?
Yeah, you go outside and smoke a dart. Hey, you want to go outside for a dart? I didn't even know that was Canadian, but it's a cigarette. Go outside for a cigarette.
Wisconsin, Cowtown.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Okay, here's one. Double. What's a double?
Is it food related?
Yeah.
Okay. Double. I'm gonna take a guess on this. 2 sugars, 2 creams.
You are 100% correct. If I had my soundboard here, I'd give you a ding.
I don't even drink coffee.
This isn't even on the. Is it on the list? No, it's not. But I'll give you a bonus. What's a 99? Oh, or sorry. Shoot, I think I spoiled it. What's a Wayne Gretzky?
99.
Wayne Gretzky. If you order a Wayne Gretzky at Tim Hortons, so a double is 2 creams, 2 sugars. If you order a Wayne Gretzky, they give you 9 creams and 9 sugars.
Get out of here! I was gonna say like 99% milk or something.
Go on, I don't know, any of those social media sites. Just look up, YouTube. It's probably some videos on YouTube where people order 99.
What did Chief O'Brien order? His Ractagino double sweet, double something?
I don't remember. But there's people that have ordered it, and it's just cream and sugar, and then they just pour a little bit of coffee on top. No one can drink it.
Double light, double sweet? Something like that. You should order a Chief O'Brien.
A freezy. What's a freezy?
Again, is this food related?
Yes.
All right. My first instinct says some sort of ice cream. Not getting a lot of support in the comments here. This delay is killing us. I don't know.
It's what you would call in the States a popsicle.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
We call them freezies.
I can accept that.
Pop.
Pop. That's the next one, right? Pop is a soda.
No, because half of America says pop. It's only like part of America that says soda.
Yeah, they had a weird part up by Canada.
How about git?
A git?
Gitch. Get your gitch on.
Gitch.
Get your gitch on so we can get out of here.
Gitch. This helps if you use it in a sentence.
Well, I'm helping you out here because so far you got no points. Oh no, you got 1 point.
Oh, I got one.
You got 1 point.
Double.
That's right. Gretzky. I better write this down. You got 1 point.
Yeah.
But you gitch. Go get your gitch on.
Gitch. Get your gitch on. You're in the house. You got to get your gitch on. It's singular, so I'm going to assume it's not shoes. People don't wear watches anymore. Get your gitch. I don't know. What kind of crazy thing is a gitch?
It's your underwear.
What?
I didn't even know that was Canadian. We always said get your gitch on.
Are these all things that you say?
Yeah. We were just watching the leaders debate last night, and there was a guy that had like something hanging in the background, and I asked her, does he have his gitch hanging in the background? But there were some blankets. It looked like gitch. Okay, what is homo milk?
Do people say they got an itch in their gitch?
No, you'd be the first.
All right.
What is homo milk? I'll be careful how you answer this one.
Homogenized?
You got 2 points, sir. But apparently you guys in the States don't say homo milk. You say whole milk. Whole milk. You say whole milk.
I say mighty Q Dog's on board, so trivia master.
In the South, they say Coke. They case Coke. They case Coke.
You're on my team, Eric. Help me out.
Well, you wouldn't call, like, they even call, I don't know, a Sprite Coke?
Yeah. Soda.
What's
Coke
a keener?
Is Coke.
What is a keener?
Keener.
With a K. That guy is such a keener.
Keener. Well, it doesn't sound very nice. Sounds like you're complaining. Keener. Can you give me a fictional character who you would describe as a keener?
Starscream. Well, no, he's not really.
Starscream.
No,
Is like a suck up? Or
yeah, you got it.
Oh,
you got it. A keener,
right.
A brown noser. All right,
brown
nose.
Keener, because like he's in your keister. He's a keener. Trying to make sense of this stuff.
I don't know. Keen, because he's keen to please the boss.
Keen to please.
Yeah, the boss.
I guess. Yeah.
Kerfuffle.
A to-do, a problem situation.
Yep.
Happening.
Small fuss.
A fuss.
Or commotion to a full-blown hockey fight.
Is that Canadian origin? I've heard the term before.
According to this website, it is. What about a loony or a toonie?
Those are coins, but I don't know enough about your currency to know what denomination.
I'll give you the point. I'd give you 2 points if you knew what denomination they were. But a loony is a dollar because there is an image of a loon on the coin, the dollar coin.
Okay.
And then when they came out with a $2 coin, they put 2 polar bears on it, but we just called it a toonie, even though there's no loons on it. We just, for the heck of it, called it.
Power of the people.
Here's one that I had no idea that is Canadian. A Mickey.
A Mickey? Like when you slip something in somebody's drink?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't think that's Canadian. I think this...
It's just a fin, boss.
Because didn't in Seinfeld...
Fin.
Didn't they try to slip him a Mickey in Seinfeld? No.
I went to Disneyland as a kid. Mickey Mouse came over to our table. My uncle was like, "Hey, slip me a Mickey." And Mickey gave him a wave his finger at him.
Yeah, so that's not Canadian. This what about a parkade?
Parkade
Parkade.
is what it sounds like.
Tell me what it sounds like.
Well, a combination of arcade and either parking your automobile or sit down arcade. Parkade. Well, in Japan, an arcade is like a covered shopping area, so it can be like a completely different thing, like a park/shopping area. Parkade. Can you use it in a sentence?
It's across the street from the parkade.
Is it a parking garage or a parking lot?
It's a parking garage. Yep, you got it. You got it. I don't know why it's called a parkade, but it is.
Just make it sound more exciting. You're still pumping quarters into a machine. Yeah.
This you got to know this one, probably just from listening to All Gen Gamers, because they would go on about this all the time. Poutine.
Well, that's the name of a dish: the potatoes and gravy with cheese and all that.
Yep, you got it. You got it. All
that's
right.
not slang. That's just a dish. Always with the Simpsons. I prefer car hole. Right. Oh, garage.
Okay, here's a couple of hockey ones. A puck bunny.
Puck bunny. I don't watch hockey. Somebody who goes chasing, hopping after a puck.
No, it is a groupie. That's after hockey players.
Oh, okay. Those exist?
Yeah.
Groupies that are after those big, bruised up,
there
ugly,
are girls that spend
toothless.
all day at the rink waiting for
Wayne
a guy
Gretzky.
to one of their favorite hockey players to take them away. What about a rink rat?
Sounds like the same thing.
It isn't. Is that your answer?
Is this the male equivalent of a puck bunny?
It's a person who spends all their time at the rink, either playing hockey or not.
Like a mall rat or a rink rat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Runners.
Runners. Use it in a sentence, please.
If we're going to the mall, make sure to bring your runners.
Sneakers?
Yep, you got it.
All right.
You got it.
I'm guessing we're going alphabetically. I think I just tuned into this.
Well, yeah, I'm skimming through this too. There's a lot more here, but a lot of them is just kind of dumb. A Timbit.
Timbit.
Tim. Timbit.
Timbit. Does this have to do with Tim Hortons?
Yes.
Timbit. Can you use it in a sentence, or is that too telling?
Make sure to get me a few Timbits with my coffee.
Oh, I think Ryan just nailed it. Is it a donut hole?
It is, yes. Hey, no cheating there, chat. Come on.
Hey, what? They're on my team.
You're not supposed to help him out.
Team USA.
You're doing pretty good, though. You know this one. A toque.
It's your ski cap.
That's right. Okay. 1 point.
See, I told you that wasn't real English. That's your Canadian slang.
It doesn't matter. It's the proper way to call a hat.
It's called a hat.
Hat. It's
nothing wrong with the hat.
We invented it, so there you go. I think. I don't know.
Well, you need it, don't you?
Okay, what is a 2-4?
2x4?
Is that your final answer?
Well, put it in a sentence for me, and I'll let you know.
Did you bring the 2 4s? It's hard to think of something that wouldn't.
My second guess would have been like a 2-for-1 sale offer. Like a 2-for? No.
A 2-4 is a case of beer, because there's 24 beers that come in a case of beer, so it's called a 2-4.
See, Duke was on my line of thinking. 2-for-1.
2-for-1. No. And finally, you got to know what this is. Finally, the washroom.
Oh God, what do you say in Canada? Is it a water closet? Is it a loo?
No, that's in England.
Washroom, powder room. It's another word for toilet. Restrooms.
Yeah, it's the bathroom, as they say in the States, the bathroom, or the loo, or the toilet, as they say in England. So it's a washroom. Yeah. All right, I'll give you that one. All right, so you didn't do too bad. You got 13 points.
13 points out
13.
of.
I don't know. How many did I ask you? But there you go.
Well,
I feel as if you're listening to me, you know.
I don't know that you have said any of these terms in the past. Possibly wheelhouse, but I don't think you've ever said puck bunny or rat rink or whatever else.
I think I said puck bunny. I think puck bunnies come up.
Well, at least I learned something today. And you're not going to believe this. I got my own trivia.
What?
All lined up.
What?
It is not a desperate attempt to increase ratings and listenership and participation. I just happen to have this. But it was set up that I would do it if we had audience participation, because it would be you against the audience.
Oh.
So Duke definitely falls in line with being someone who could challenge you on this. Possibly Eric. I don't know about Ryan, though, because this is a sci-fi trivia.
Look at us with the trivia. My goodness.
Well,
That's
I don't
totally
know.
unplanned.
If you wanna go for this, while we still have people in the chat.
Sure, let's do it.
All right.
So how's it work? We're waiting for the chat to answer first?
No, it's just you versus the chat. If you don't get it, they have the chance to jump right in.
All right.
So whoever gets it first.
Okay.
Now this is science fiction ships and vessels. Could be television, movies, video games. It's just the name of a vessel, and all you got to do is tell me the franchise that it's from.
Okay.
The first couple are extremely easy. In fact, the first one is so easy, I'm not even going to ask the question. What's the answer?
Star Trek.
Absolutely. That was number one. You got 1 point.
What was it? The Enterprise?
The USS Enterprise.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. Here we go. The TARDIS.
Oh, Doctor Who.
Oh, look at you. 2 points already. The Millennium Falcon.
Star Wars. Although I don't think that is science fiction. That is science fantasy.
Sci-fi fantasy. We're not splitting hairs here.
All right.
But Duke, you're falling behind, Duke. I thought you were going to get the Star Wars one.
Well, he's on a bit of a delay. So.
Yeah, but I figure he would just be pounding the keys, typing in Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. See, look at that. Even Ryan got it before Duke. Duke's busy playing Sequest. That's
probably.
All right. Those were the super easy ones. Now you're going to get. You might have to think about these for a second or two. The USCSS Nostromo.
Oh, it's Battlestar Galactica.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Whoever gets it first, you can answer as many times as you want, but I think somebody else will get this before you.
Is it Alien?
Oh, look at that. Duke gets it.
All right, one for the chat.
Duke, or I'm going to write chat.
Nostromo.
The Nostromo, yes.
I always called it Mother. I always just thought the ship was Mother.
Yeah, that was the AI on board.
Yeah, I know. But when I was a kid, that's what I thought the ship was named.
That's true. The Eagle 5.
Eagle 5? No idea.
Yeah, I wish we had that Jeopardy tick-tock.
Guys, the interface?
I don't know what that means. That's an alien thing? Guy. I don't know any guy in Alien. I know Dallas.
Spaceballs?
Oh, Duke got it.
What was the
The Eagle 5. That was the name of Lone Star's Winnebago.
It was?
When they're crashing into the planet, I think that's the only time he says it. Like Eagle 5 going down or something.
Oh,
like
I thought he was like, I don't know, doing a Star Wars quote.
Well,
or something.
the only other option was to list the Spaceball 1, and I thought that'd be a little,
that would, yeah, that
a
would be
little obvious. You know?
all right.
Oh, I gotta mark that down there. Okay. This one I don't know if you're gonna get. The Ark.
That sounds familiar.
I think Duke's gonna grab this one too.
Oh, he meant to say
That
that
was
mother
the
is the interface, right?
Nice. One more time. The Ark.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know it.
If Steven Eider were here, he'd get it.
Oh, Steven Iyer, that's a clue. Lex? Or
No.
what's his other thing? The Conjuring? That's the movie she brought up last week. I'm like, what the? Who's talking about The Conjuring?
All right, I'm going to call time. The Ark is the ship that brought the Autobots to Earth in Transformers.
Okay, so no one got
points. Next, the Serenity.
That's
Oh, you don't have
Frank
to.
Costanza.
You don't have to buzz in, Eric. You can just say it. Whoever gets it first. Did you know that one?
Oh, he said Transformers. All right, I'll give him the Transformers. Oh, Duke says Firefly.
And Duke is correct.
What was the Serenity?
Serenity.
I didn't know that was the name of their ship.
Oh, I never even saw the show. So
I watched it once, like 10 years ago. It's a good show. I liked it.
I've heard it's only like one season.
Yeah, it's only a few episodes too.
Next one, Heart of Gold.
Neil Young. Keep on searching for a heart of gold. No idea. No clue. I'm losing to the chat now. I got all the easy ones. Heart of Gold.
The Firefly movie is named Serenity.
Yeah, I knew the movie was named Serenity, but I didn't know the ship was named Serenity.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you that either. Once again, Heart of Gold.
No clue.
No clue. Not hearing anything from the chat. I'm calling time. That is from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I read that book too.
I never read the book, but I did see the movie.
The book is much better.
I imagine so. I never read the book when I was a kid. I see it in the bookstore all the time, but I always assumed it was like an actual science book. Like it was going to teach me about astronomy and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to read that.
No.
Had I known it was a story.
No, it's
maybe
good.
The smiley face on the cover should have given me a clue. But
you'd like it. It's very Monty Python-ish, like that.
Yeah,
style of British humor.
I enjoyed parts of the movie. I can't say I really liked the movie, but there were things in it that were very funny.
Yeah.
Here's one I know you're not going to get. The Roger Young.
Didn't he play third base for the Pirates in '83?
Quite possibly.
Roger Young?
Roger Young. It's a very large ship. No, nothing from the chat here. Not seeing any. I'll give you guys an extra 2 seconds after I call it, just in case.
Starship Troopers?
Look at that.
Oh my goodness!
Eric's got it. Starship Troopers.
I'm getting roasted here.
Mm-hmm. Well, this next one, I'll give you a little hint.
You guys in the chat are such keeners.
Oh, look at that. Duke got it too.
Okay, what was the next one?
This next one, we're going back a little bit old. That's your clue. The Jupiter 2.
That's not Space Odyssey, is it?
No, but you're keep going back. I'll give you a hint. This one is somewhat UFO shaped. The Jupiter 2.
2010.
Not 2010, no.
The Day the Earth Stood Still.
No, incorrect. Mighty Q, Doug grabbed it. Lost in Space, the old TV show.
I've never seen that. I've never seen it. No fair.
Okay, I gotta mark these. Eric got this one. Eric got this one.
Oh, I just been.
Duke got this one. Duke got this one. Yeah, and I'm gonna count them as a team, but let's see. Next, the NSEA Protector. I like this ship.
I have no clue. NSEA Protector?
The NSEA Protector.
Protector.
Mm-hmm.
This is something I've seen?
You have seen it, but yeah, you may not have picked up on the name. It's a little nerd detail. You gotta like pay attention to stuff.
Baby Yoda's ship. I don't know.
Baby Yoda's got a spaceship?
I don't know. Floats around in something.
All right, I'm calling time. That is from Galaxy Quest. That is the ship from the Galaxy Quest.
Damn.
All right. Next one, UNSC Pillar of Autumn. Oh, gears are turning. You've heard this.
Yeah. It's not Mass Effect, is it? You didn't do any like video game stuff or anything, right? You kept it all.
I mentioned at the beginning, this is television, movies, and video games.
Okay, I'm gonna Pillar of Autumn. Oh no, that's Gears of War.
Incorrect, but both Duke and Eric have got it before you. It was from Halo.
I knew it was one of those Microsoft shooting games.
This next one is difficult. I'd be surprised if anybody got it because I do not remember hearing this name. It has two names. There's the real name, and then there's the nickname. The real name is the Liberty One, nicknamed Icarus. And if you're familiar with the story of Icarus, that would be your clue as to the... I'll just tell you straight out, it's from a movie.
Flew too close to the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Red Dwarf.
Not Red Dwarf, no.
I don't know.
All right, I'm going to call this one because I don't think anyone's going to get it. That is from Planet of the Apes.
Oh.
Which I'm guessing they mention it in the first, one or two lines of dialogue when he's doing his recorder. The USS Sulaco.
Sulaco. I don't know.
All right. Calling this one, even though the chat's probably going to chime in.
Earth Final Conflict.
We just talked about that recently, didn't we?
I think so.
Did they have a spaceship on that show?
Yeah. You never saw them.
I know there were aliens, but I never. USS Sulaco. No, this is from Aliens, the sequel. This is the Colonial Marines.
Come on, Duke. Where are you, man? Nobody got a point on that. Jeez.
Next one, USG Ishimura.
Ishimura.
You know this too.
I do?
Well, at least it's somewhere in the back of your head. Because I know that you are familiar with this IP.
Pacific Rim.
They don't have spaceships in Pacific Rim. They have Jaegers. You should be embarrassed, Duke. It's right up your alley.
Dead Space.
Well, actually, yeah, Eric.
That's what wow, jeez.
You got it.
I guess I don't know the names of the ships very well as I thought I did. I thought I would do well.
Actually, Duke, I think Duke has gone on record saying he didn't really like Aliens.
What? No, he does.
Well, he likes Alien, but then
better.
Alien came out and he was put off by all the Game Over Man and stuff.
What?
It took him a while to warm up to it.
Come on, dude. Smart enough.
All right. Now, the next one is from a movie, and I know you have seen this movie. So if you don't get this, Oh, Duke loves aliens. All right.
What are you talking about?
You should be embarrassed then. The next one is Axiom.
Axiom Verge.
Incorrect.
Oh. I don't know.
There's only like 3 more after this.
I have no clue.
Axiom. Axiom is the name of the ship in Wall-E, one of your favorite animated films.
I don't think it made. Did it make my list? I think it did. Yeah, I haven't. I've only watched it the one time though. A long time ago.
Okay.
I need to watch
3 more. Gunstar 1.
Gunstar Heroes? No clue.
That was a cheap guess, but no.
Gunstar 1.
Lazy guess is more accurate. No chat.
I take a stab at it.
I'm going to call that one The Last Starfighter.
What the hell is that?
It's a sci-fi
the 80s
movie
thing? I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay. The Nebuchadnezzar.
Gesundheit. No clue. Nebuchadnezzar.
No clue.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
It's a biblical reference, so think about overly heady, we're smarter than we think we are.
2001.
No. Dude already got it.
Oh, The Matrix?
The Matrix.
They had spaceship in The Matrix?
Well, it was Morpheus's ship. It wasn't really a spaceship, but it was a ship, sci-fi ship.
Boy, there's a lot I forgot about that movie.
Remember, the metal octopus things come at them at the end?
No.
It's the real world threat.
I only watched it the one time in the theater. I've never seen it. I haven't seen it since.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't really care for it. I don't like movies where there's an alternate reality thing. I hate it. You don't know if it's real or it's not, and that stuff just bothers me. Like Inception. I didn't like Inception.
Yeah, but they as the film goes on, they nail it like this is what's real and this is what's not real.
I didn't
it's not left
understand.
ambiguous.
It goes over my head. I don't get any of that stuff.
Oh, you're one of those. Were you one of those people that when someone asks you to see The Matrix and you're like, and then they sit there and they're like, okay, let me explain it to you, and then you have to.
I say no, I don't want it. I don't need it explained. I don't care. I just all I looked up was the blue pill, red pill, because people keep saying that, and I don't know what the hell that means. So I had to look that up. And I'm like, oh, okay. If he swallow, I can't remember what it is either. I got to look it up every time. If he swallows the red pill, that means he's got reality. If he swallows a blue pill, he can stay in.
Like he forgets. I forget which
bliss.
color is which.
Well, ignorance, right? Ignorance is bliss. That kind of thing.
They're making a new one of those. They got the trailers out now. Matrix 4.
Look at this. Rocket Sauce was like right, Matrix. I didn't like the Matrix. The guy beside me fell asleep. I'm not kidding. He was eating like this huge box of Junior Mints, and he just fell asleep and started snoring right in the middle of the movie.
You know what's really strange? I don't like dark chocolate and I don't like peppermint, but I love Junior Mints.
It's the Seinfeld thing.
Yeah. There's something that is the ultimate Matrix right there. Mix those together in the right combination.
Yeah. I generally don't like mint in things either. Anytime there's like mint chocolate.
Those are refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I saw a commercial. I don't know if it's true for my area, but Seinfeld is going to Netflix as of October 1st. I don't know that that's true in my area, but if it does, I'm probably going to sit down and watch them all again.
It's probably not true in my area because there's one company that has them locked up, I think, but maybe. Who knows?
Last one, and this one also has a name and a nickname. And here's your big clue. I put this on here specifically for Steven Eider. Original name Tachi, and then the new name Rocinante.
Lex.
No, I looked that one up, but the Lex ship is called Lex, from what I gathered. So.
Oh, that's right. What's his other stupid show that he watches? Oh, the Expanse.
You got it.
Yay! Right
You
on.
got it. Look at that.
Right on.
All right. And that is the only one that you got outside of those softballs at the beginning.
It's pretty sad.
So I think the chat has this one.
Yeah, I think so. I think I got shellacked by the chat.
Yeah. I love seeing a ship and knowing the name. Like, they've got videos on YouTube. I've never watched them, but it's like fictional spaceship comparison, and they have like CGI models of all the ships next to each other, so you can see the different sizes and how big they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
That stuff's neat.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool to see what fake people built in the fake future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someday.
Who knows? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever get out there. I don't know if we'll last that long. I'm in one of those moods where I don't think we're going to last that long. I think it's a mess. We can't even get a virus under control.
I was thinking about that. I want to say last night about the Prime Directive in Star Trek, where basically they don't interfere with any pre-warp civilizations.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at where we are now and how we are a pre-warp civilization. We can't do faster than light travel, but we're pretty, accepting of things.
Some of us are.
Some of us are. But, if you figured right now, if, some warp-capable civilization was out there looking down on us, and then there's also an asteroid coming straight for us, they're not going to stop it. That feels like we're kind of close enough.
No, I don't think that, if they could stop it without us finding out. They would.
Yes.
Right. But if we were aware of the asteroid and it was coming towards us, that's like that episode where Data's talking to that little girl on the planet.
That's the thing. We have the ability to know if an asteroid is coming towards us. We'd be able to see it.
We'd be toast. They wouldn't do anything then.
Then Picard's just up there, just like
right. And if it was Janeway,
gaseous anomaly.
If it was Janeway, depending on the episode, she would either save us or let us die. It does because she's inconsistent as a character. But it makes sense because, and that's how ahead of its time Star Trek was on some levels. On other levels, they had some ways to go with the women and stuff like that. But if you think about it, like look at Afghanistan. How many empires over time have tried to go into Afghanistan and convert the people there into their way of thinking? The British tried it, and then the Russians went in and tried it. Genghis Khan tried it thousands of years before that. Then finally the United States goes in and tries it, and they can't do it because those people know that if they just sit there and wait, that eventually the people in charge will go away. The invaders will go away, and they can go back to doing what they do. Because you have to let people come to their own. They got to do it on their own. You can't force it on them. You can't go in and say, hey, we're going to do this. Can you imagine if in the United States, way back when they were a British colony, if France came over and said, hey, guess what we're going to do for you? If you guys fight the British, we're going to help you out, and we're going to set you all up and everything like that. The United States wouldn't be the United States. It just wouldn't have happened. They got to do it on their own. There you go. The Russians tried, but they ran into John Rambo. Says Robert. Oh yeah. There you go. Anyways,
I watched that not too long ago. I watched the copy that Ryan sent me.
Well, I watched a movie that had a character had posters of Rambo on his wall.
Oh, is it time?
Sure, why not? Let's get into it. It's 50 minutes in already. We better start to get some of this stuff.
Spoiler alert, people.
So I watched well, first of all, I watched some Bette Midler movies, which I don't know why, but Disney Plus had Outrageous Fortune and Big Business, and they were both movies that I had on tape as a kid, not a store-bought tape, but like my dad would go and rent movies on like a Tuesday night because we had one of those we were in like a small town outside of Sudbury, and we had like one rental store, right? And the rental store, it wasn't like Blockbuster. They got like one copy of a movie, right? So if a new movie came out, you might have to wait months and months and months. If you tried to go there every Saturday and get the movie, you might have to wait like a very long time before you get your chance to get that movie. So he would go on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday night, and because you had a better chance of getting new releases. Mm-hmm. And we were the last family on the street to get a VCR, but my parents went all out when they got the VCR. Look at that. We stopped talking about trivia and we lost half our audience. Nobody wants to hear my stories. Anyways, my dad got 2 VCRs, but they were VCRs that like people were throwing out or whatever, and he just fixed them up. Anyways, he would get the movies and he would dub them onto VHS, and it'd be like a crappy EP quality of thing of the movie. But I had Outrageous Fortune and Big Business, and my sister and I used to watch them all the time. Not that they were good movies, but we just would, whatever we had, that's
whatever was on hand.
Yeah. Exactly. So both of those movies were on Disney Plus, and I asked Sarah, have you ever seen these? And she says no, and I hadn't seen them in like, I don't know, 30 years or whatever. So what the heck? So we put on Outrageous Fortune, and Sarah liked it so much that the next night we watched Big Business. They're not great movies. They're not good. They're not like anything even remotely original. Like they're just, cookie cutter stories about, a big business trying to take over a small little town. And then the other one's about like, the 2 women fall in love with the same guy. And
shenanigans.
And then he tries to, he turns out to be a big scammer, bank robber guys, and so then 2 girls come together, and it's like the same thing you've seen a million times, but whatever. They were.
So you're saying those 2 girls are acting like keeners, and it leads to a kerfuffle.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right,
there you go. Look at you learning the lingo. Very good. Well, yeah. You would be what we would call a beauty, Richard. You are.
Well, thank you.
But
what does that secretly mean?
I can't remember. It's beauty. It's like an expression when referring to someone or something exceptionally good. So you are exceptionally good.
Is that really Canadian slang, or is that just common knowledge?
I don't know. Anyways, they were okay. So after that, I said, I gotta watch something a little more butch, a little more in my wheelhouse. Yeah. Enough of these like women
Bring on the Patrick Swayze movies.
No, I put in Beverly Hills Cop, and that movie is pretty good. Holds up.
That's
still good times. I had a lot of fun with that one. It's Axel Foley is Eddie Murphy, and he's cop in Detroit, and his friend gets murdered, which leads him to Beverly Hills, and he gets in a kerfuffle with the Beverly Hills police, and and they first they're enemies and they become friends, and then they go on to solve his friend's murder. But real fun movie. Axel Foley's like just a regular street cop. He's a detective, but he's trying to like prove himself and get himself more. So he gets into these situations and stuff like that where he has to use his wits and his brains to get out of them. So he kind of like makes up these characters on the fly and makes up situations on the fly to manipulate people basically into getting them to do what he does. And it was good.
Yeah, that's a really good movie, and what really sells it is Eddie Murphy's range. Everybody remembers all the high octane, him making up the characters and screaming and stuff. There are so many moments where he's with his friend, where he's like playing it very low, very real. He's the friend who gets killed, and then he meets the woman, and he's having conversations with them. He's like a real person. He's not constantly cranking it up to 11. No.
Well, yeah, and I found that in that first movie there was always a build up to him going to 11. Like he would get into the hotel and he's like, okay, he's looking around, how am I going to get through this? And then he's like, oh, okay, I got it, kind of thing. And then he would amp it up to 11.
Right.
That's the step that they forgot in Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Yeah.
Because in that movie, he is just at 11 the whole time. And the other thing, too, is in the first movie, he's the underdog, right? He's driving this old, crappy Chevy Nova. He's wearing like all these ratty clothes and stuff like that. He's just like a guy trying to make ends meet. In the second movie, right off the bat, he's Mr. Success. He's driving around in a Ferrari. He's got the $2,000 suit on. Now, it's all money that he's gamed the system to get.
Right. He's using that because he's undercover. He's trying to crack open some case, and he's trying to get money from the department.
He's trying to get the higher level crooks. But the problem is that he's no longer the underdog. He's already successful. And when he goes into these situations and he's just at 11 all the time, he's almost like a caricature. That's the word I'm looking for, of his former self, of the character in the first movie. And it's just a little too much. And it's kind of like a lot of it doesn't make sense. Like Judge Reinhold is one of his cop friends. And in the first movie, he was like the meek cop. You know, he was like the guy that was new on the beat and let's do everything by the rules kind of thing. And then the second movie, he's like obsessed with guns all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's secretly Rambo and he's got the trunk full of guns and all
that.
that.
And you could tell that they didn't like know what to do with like that they had two different ideas with this character and they clash so well in when you go to his apartment and he has plants everywhere, which is the Judge Reinhold character from the first movie, but then he also has guns and Rambo posters hanging everywhere, which is like this new Judge Reinhold. It doesn't make any sense.
It could have worked if he were the main character of his own story, and you could see like what is this weird clash he's got going on.
Yeah,
but yeah, 2 takes a step down. I still think it's watchable.
Yes, it is.
I have not seen 3. I've heard that one's pretty bad.
3 is going to be our viewing tonight. So 2 is not bad enough to make you not want to watch 3. What's this? Stallone was supposed to be the lead in Beverly Hills Cop, according to Rocket Sauce.
Yeah, I've heard that he was approached for it, but he had a completely different idea, and then he reworked the script, and that is what ended up becoming Cobra.
See you, Eric.
Later, Eric.
He turned it down for some country western movie with Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton, she's still alive, isn't she?
Oh yeah, yeah. And she come up with one of the Moderna? Is it Moderna? She funded one of the vaccines. Like she put her money.
I haven't heard anything about her in a while.
She's a hero. She's a hero. Anyways, watch Beverly Hills Cop 1. Stop there. I don't think you really need to see 2.
But you're going into 3. Huh?
I'm going into 3 anyways. But 2 is basically the same movie too. The exact same thing.
Yeah, they got to get him from Detroit to Beverly Hills to team up with the detectives he met there. But Beverly Hills Cop 2, there's no Balky. Surge.
I remember that was a big thing, like part of the huge promotion for 3 was that Surge was back. You got to go see it because Surge is back. I mean, you know, the guy you watch on TV every week, like you could just watch him on Friday night. I don't think I need to spend $8 to go see him in the theater. Okay, or 8 loonies.
Damon Wayans was in the first one too. He was the guy with the bananas.
Very short, very small scene.
Yes.
There's a lot of that's right, Big Business, by the way. It's a movie where Lily Tomlin and Bette Midler play twins of each other. And 2 of the love interests in the movie, there's 4 love interests, but 2 of them, one is Fred Ward and the other is Michael Gross. So Big Business is almost a prequel to Tremors. Wow. They only have a very short scene together. But
after they had their hearts broken, they fell on tough times.
They went and lived out
relocated to perfection.
Yeah. It was good. It was fun to see those 2 together.
It is interesting when you see actors kind of cross paths in different roles.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it feels like that happens all the time.
Well, there's so much media out there now.
Well, there's so much media, and there are all these, like, especially for things like those Marvel movies, where it's like everybody's in them. and then
Yeah.
they appear in another film together. It's like, well, yeah. Well, look, there's someone from Star Wars and someone from some Captain America or something doing movies together.
Yeah, like what was it, like 20 years ago? It was all 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon or something like that, where you had like you could trace every actor back to
Kevin Bacon. Yeah.
But I think you can just do that with anyone now. Like they just all seem to be in so many things.
I don't even think you need 7 degrees.
No. All right. But anyways, that's
Beverly
it.
Hills Cop.
That's my watching. So I highly recommend one.
I love that truck chase at the beginning too. That looks so much fun.
Excellent car stunt work. That is sorely missing in any sort of action comedy these days. They don't do that kind of big, production like that anymore. I don't think, anyways.
Well, even if they did, it'd be like a CGI scene.
Yeah,
for like 2 minutes. And
it's funny.
So insane, everything's flipping over.
It's funny too, because that, him hanging on the back of that truck in the first movie was like just like I don't know. I guess it kind of became like a bit of an iconic stunt, because he's hanging onto that door, the stuntman. And they brought it back in the second one, but it doesn't like make any sense. Like there are some bank robbers leaving, and the guy's just hanging out the back of the door for no reason.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
Recreate. When you want to make the lazy sequel, you just take the script from the first one, and all you do is start changing a few things. This is still going to be like there's going to be a car chase here. There's going to be the beginning of the plot here. There's going to be confrontation here. Change the names, change the details, keep the same script.
And I almost skipped over this, but Mike from Breaking Bad is in Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes,
he's the heavy enforcer.
Yeah, very, very young looking. Well, younger.
Oh, yeah.
Than what you're accustomed to in the Breaking Bad series.
He doesn't even sound like current Mike, although I think he puts on a bit of a voice now when he does those Breaking Bad shows. Jonathan Banks.
Yes. I do really like though when an actor becomes more popular later in their career, and then you go back and you realize, oh, they were in so many different things.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like trying to find what's his buddy there? Hank. What's Hank's name? Dean Norris.
Oh, yeah. He was in it.
And then you're like, oh, there he is in Terminator 2. Oh, there he is in Starship Troopers. Oh, there he is in Gremlins 2.
Yeah. It's funny, yeah, because a lot of them, they're character actors, and they just finally landed that one role that,
Well,
it's
like Robert Picardo was like that until he became the Doctor.
Yeah.
He was just that guy that was in all the Joe Dante movies.
Finally got a steady gig. He was also on China Beach too, which was, I think, a pretty big show.
I know the name. I can't say I've ever seen it.
I think it was a big show in the 80s. It was melodrama, though. It's not something we would have watched as kids.
No.
Yeah.
I don't have too much more on here too. I did finish Psychonauts.
Yeah, I'm kind of. Yeah, I'm not.
Well,
are you gonna make me go play that game again?
I'll say this. You were mentioning at the end, like there's a big thing you got to climb on or something.
Yeah.
I imagine you're talking about the part where you got to platform up and the water's rising.
Yes.
That was a bit unfair. That part was. It took me quite a few tries to get through that. And what really hurt at that moment, because I thought a lot of the game was really fair, but the camera seems to work against you in that moment. Basically, you're trying to platform up this stuff. You got to climb, you got to jump, you got to swing, you got to dodge these things. And then the water is rising. And if you get too close to the water, it restarts. And I noticed that when it would restart, the camera would be in a slightly different position every single time that it restarted. Like sometimes it would be in front of me, sometimes it would be behind me, sometimes you'd start climbing up or whatever, and then it would shift to this weird position where you can't quite see where you are. Then I would have to make this jump, and it felt like the camera would auto rotate in a way that made it hard for me to see where I was going. that part was a bit frustrating. After that, it kind of calms down back to the normal level. But overall, just really solid game. Very, very fun.
Is there much of the game after that?
There's a few different things. The ending has like multiple points where you think like, is this the ending or is this the ending?
Right.
So there's some battles and then there's some platforming and then it kind of alternates between. So even now I can't tell you exactly what happened after that. But I think probably there was like a fight. Spoilers out there, anyone like the butcher guy.
Mm-hmm.
You fight him first and then you do that platforming thing. Then you have to fight somebody else, and then you have to fight something else. But basically, you're winding down. That's it. I think even at that point, the game starts to auto save and say like, point of no return.
Because I remember that the platforming in that game was not the greatest. Like it was stiff, and that section really showed how not smooth.
there were times where it was like really good, but then there were other times like even there's this thing where like you jump on a rope and then you jump up to stand on the rope and then you jump to a rope above that and hang on it and then you have to go up. And sometimes all I had to do was press the jump button and I'd get on there and then press it again and then you're up to the next one. Then there were times where like I felt like I had to press that button 3-4 times before he would go to the next level.
Right.
So I think that there is something a little broken in that section. And I imagine you played it back on the Xbox, not online, not on PC. So I don't know if they adjusted any of that or tweaked it in the transfer, but I don't know. A few difficult parts aside, just good game. I totally get why people put up those Psychonauts posters in their game rooms.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun, quirky game.
Yep. The only problem is, like, now I kind of feel motivated. Like, yeah, maybe I can tackle some more of those games, but it's got to be on PC. I don't have any of my consoles hooked up anymore, so
you can always download an emulator and emulate.
I'm not gonna go that far. I'll just play what I got. If I'm really motivated, I'll hook up a console.
So, is this right? Oh, you watched Dumb and Dumber? Didn't we talk about that already?
We did. I want to like that movie, so I tried watching it again, and there are parts of that movie that are really, really funny. But I gotta say, like, still 70-80% of it, I'm just not feeling it. I don't know. I'm trying to work my way through it again.
I've always liked it, as far as I can remember. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Although I did watch, I don't think I mentioned this, I watched Liar Liar, which I remember really liking when it came out. And this time, I was cringing more than I was laughing. There are some like really over the top moments that are just kind of like, oh, this is a little much. A little much.
I did see that probably within the past year or so. And yeah, it's kind of my general reaction to a lot of Jim Carrey movies. It's just like, it's all right, but then goes off.
Maybe my taste is changing as I get older. Not as old as Bill or Joe, but just older. Food is ready in 15.
Oh, what are we having?
I think Sarah's making, well, they're not hamburgers. They're like turkey burgers or chicken burgers. Whichever.
Turkey burgers are cool.
I haven't had
a turkey burger in a very long time. Turkey's not easy to find around here.
Okay, well, since food's going to be ready in 15, let's just wrap it up here. Let's say follow this podcast on Twitter at retro_Fandango. Remember, we're more consistent than STC Pod. I think we're still going in STC, but I think that they're dead. I think they're gone. Oh, Sarah says they are. She confirms they are turkey burgers.
Oh, nice.
Don't forget to get a boner with Retro Fandango and check out our Discord channel. Somebody will post something on there at some point, and you are not going to want to miss it. I'm pretty sure. Okay. So that is the end of episode $189. But if you
What do
want to
you-
hear about the dumbest movie I have ever seen,
Oh, right.
stay tuned. Goodbye for now. All right, now we're
Are they
back.
gone?
Yeah, they're gone. We're back. Anyone who didn't want the movie spoiled for them, the movie's called, I don't even know if I mentioned the name. The movie's called Sweet Girl. And it's like high up on the Netflix. You must watch. Everyone's watching this movie. You must watch it. And I was in the mood for like just some fun action, dumb action. I didn't care what the heck it was. But put this movie on. And it's got Aquaman. Stars Aquaman. I don't know any of the other actors in it.
I might have said this before, but I found out that Aquaman used to be on Baywatch. Did you know that?
No, like the old TV show or that movie?
Yeah. No, the old TV show. Apparently he was on Baywatch.
I know him from Game of Thrones. He was the Khaleesi's husband for a bit. Anyways.
Yeah, when I tried watching that show, I remember seeing a lot of stuff about him. Like his picture, his face came up a lot, and I was like, "Oh, he's dead already."
Yeah.
I thought he was like a big character on this show.
A lot of big characters on that show. Don't make it to the end.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I watched this movie, and the movie starts off, and it's starts off like very by the books action kind of movie. Kind of has a Death Wish vibe to it. This guy, it's his wife gets sick with cancer. She's dying. They only have the one daughter. And they have the doctor's like, I got some new drug that I'm very confident if I give her this drug, she'll have a full recovery. And, he has to go in debt to get this thing, he's just a single dad working the one job. So he's got to scrape together the money to get it. Gets the money together to do it. He's ready to buy the drug. And then some big corporate entity comes in and pulls the drug off the shelf, because the drug would make their more expensive and less effective drug, obsolete. So they basically buy out this other drug, and that pisses Aquaman off, right? Aquaman's like, God damn it, that was going to save my wife, and now if my wife dies, I'm coming after you and I'm going to kill you. Says this on a radio show, by the way. Meanwhile, the mom gives the daughter this stuffed bunny, right? And I say to Sarah, at some point in this movie, that bunny is going to end up in a situation where the daughter's going to have to run after it and get it and bring it back and put her life at risk.
How old is this daughter?
Bunny. She's like 12, 13, somewhere in that area.
I was originally picturing older, like teenage
preteen.
Daughter.
She's like preteen, and your favorite kind of preteen actress. She's got a little bit of sass. Dad, come on, Dad. Come on, Dad. Dad, you're smarter than this, Dad. She's got more brains than the dad does, than Aquaman does. But anyways, that's what I said. That was my prediction, because the movie was so by the books, I was just thinking. But this movie is not by the books. Oh, no. No. It goes into just complete idiotic direction. So anyways, the wife dies. Now he's on revenge time, right? He's going to go after this guy, and he's going to kill this guy. And she's like, Dad, you got to look after me, Dad. You can't be running after and killing guys and that. You got to be watching me. You got to be looking after me. He's like, nah, I got to go get this guy. I got to kill. So he finds like this reporter guy who has some dirt, and if the world finds out about this dirt, it's going to be amazing. You're going to be able to take this guy down without even having to kill him. And, as soon as he finds that out, the reporter dies, right? So now he's got to trace the reporter's clues and all that. This is all spoilers, by the way, just in case anyone is listening and you missed the earlier warnings. So now the reporter's dead. Now he's going after the guy, and then the guy he's going after turns out to not be the guy. There's actually another guy that's like even, bigger, and this thing is bigger than you thought, and all that. And one guy, so he gets into like a fight with a guy on a subway, and the guy the bad guy throws Aquaman through this the glass on the subway, and he ends up on the platform, and he turns to his daughter. He's like, "Don't worry, it'll be okay." And he gets up and he just starts fighting some more. And all this stuff's happening. So eventually, the cops are after him too, and there's this female cop who's talking to the daughter, like gives her a phone number, and if you're ever scared or whatever, you just call me and all that. And she's kind of on the inside, because she feels for this family. And eventually, Aquaman, he chases the guys around so much, then he kind of makes a little bit too much noise, and the cops get after him and that, and they're able to chase him down. This guy's wanted by the cops now because he's killing guys in this corporation as he's working his way up the ladder, and the cops are like, "We got to stop this guy." So eventually, most of the movie takes place in Pittsburgh. They end up at Three Rivers Stadium, and Aquaman, runs up to he's trying to run to catch the bad guy, and the bad guy's now he's got to run away from the cops, and the cops are after him and all that. Eventually ends up in like this top part of the stadium, the stairs, the stadium stairs, whatever that's called.
Upper decks.
Upper deck. He's in the upper deck. He's on top of the upper deck, right? He's on the roof of the upper deck. And right down below is, the river right beside Three Rivers Stadium. And the female cop, all the other cops can't catch up to him. She catches up to him. And she jumps up and she's like, she starts talking to the guy like he's the daughter. And you're like, what is going on? Why is she talking to him like the daughter? Yeah, she's saying stuff to him like she's talking to the daughter. I'm like, what the hell? And he's like standing at the edge. He's ready to jump in. And then all of a sudden the camera switches, and Aquaman is not Aquaman. Aquaman is the daughter. Aquaman died when he got thrown through the window of the subway car and was on the platform. He died then. And so then she manifests in her head Aquaman, and she's like a split personality right now, and she's like, half of her is like thinking that she's Aquaman, and the other half is thinking that she's her, and so she's conflicted inside. So then it switches to her, and she's like the one standing on the edge. It is so stupid. It's so dumb. So it goes through like the scenes of everyone that he has killed so far, and it's all her. This 13-year-old girl is killing all these fully grown adult men. She's like, punching them and kicking them and getting them in chokeholds and all this. I'm like, this is the dumbest movie I have ever seen. Sarah agreed with me.
Yeah.
Really, really dumb for real.
I've never even seen it, and it sounds like the dumbest thing ever.
I knew.
To be fair, though,
dumb.
this is kind of a similar problem I had with the Logan movie, like a little kid taking everybody out. I don't care if she had claws.
Okay, yeah, but she's a mutant, right?
Yeah. It's in the same vein, but this is definitely dumber. Yes,
it's dumb.
I believe you.
It is so dumb. So dumb.
So what's
it wasn't predictable, though.
What was it called? Sweet girl? Sweet girl. At some point in the movie, does somebody say, "Hey, you're a real sweet girl" or something like that? No. Sweet girl.
No. Sweet girl.
Is she pumped up on chemicals from the pharmaceutical company or anything like that?
Nope. She's got a little bit of training. Her dad does train her on how to handle herself if she gets attacked, but she's just doing stuff that no girl would be able to. She's even driving around in this car, this old car. He's got this old, I think it was an Oldsmobile, and it's like from the 70s, and he can't even operate, like he can't even turn it off. He has to open up the hood and turn it off manually he has to manually choke it at the carburetor. And it's so stupid. Like, how does this girl know how to do this? How does she even reach the pedals in this huge car? Oh, the mom called her sweet girl. Okay. Sarah says the mom called her. Sarah was paying far more attention than I was.
So what happens in the end? Does she save the mom with the miracle?
No, the mom's
drug?
dead. The mom dies. The mom dies.
The mom.
Yeah. That's right. Okay. So that's how he was going to get revenge, right? If his wife
died,
okay.
So
get
she
revenge.
dies, and then he dies, and then she gets thrown in jail.
She's on her own, right? Something. And the female cop was like, she kept saying like, "I feel for your situation. I feel for you," and that's because she was an orphan, right? But at the time, he thought she was just going around with her dad, and she just felt for her because her mom died. But it tried to have like a Sixth Sense kind of moment, and it was just so bad.
A lot of movies like that where you you're kind of on the fence about it for a while, and then it just like slaps you in the face at the end. Like, this is so dumb. Sounds like it. It was pointless.
Yeah. Pointless. I mean, I suppose if you read the script and you would like, trying to think of what movie to do next, and you read that script and you're like, oh, that's a really cool thing, but the execution just wasn't there at all. And
could have been that, or could have been just like, hey, I'll sign a contract with you.
Yeah.
Pay me X amount of dollars. I'll do a movie for you. Sure.
Yeah, pretty much.
No one's gonna hear about it because it's on Netflix.
It's number 3 on Netflix when I watched it.
Well, yeah, the people who jump on things. You know what's on Netflix right now? Gold Member just showed up. I'm gonna watch.
Oh yeah, all the Austin Powers are on there.
It took a while for like only the first one was there, and I watched that. And I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna put the second one out. A couple months later, second one came out. Finally, Gold Member's out. So
yeah, I should totally watch those again. It's been a long time.
I think I mentioned this before, but I was kind of like, I didn't really get into the groove with Austin Powers when they first came out because everybody was so in love with it, and
right.
It was everywhere, and it was just this big hype thing, and I worked with people that were constantly quoting it and stuff. So I was like, yeah, they're okay. And now that all that's in the past, I can watch it. I'm like, yeah, it's a funny movie. Second one, it's a funny movie. So
to me, those are like, great salute to like the old Peter Sellers movies and like that kind of humor that, Inspector Clouseau kind of like the British stuff in it. And then, all the James Bond stuff is so cool. Oh, by the way, in Big Business also, because you mentioned Seth Green, a very young Seth Green is in Big Business. He's like 12 years old, but he still has the same face that he does today. His face has never changed.
Some people just don't age.
No.
The Austin Power movies, I guess they ended when they needed to.
Oh, Sarah's getting really into the plot of Sweet Girl now. Really, the police should have been involved when the head of the drug company got his heavies to harass the dad, but dumb movie plot holes. Yeah. The whole thing didn't make any sense. It was so dumb.
I'm very weary about those Netflix original movies. I don't think I've seen a good one yet. Oh, that's not true. The Eddie Murphy Dolomite one was good.
I'd have to look at a
the
list.
Action ones.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's it. So watch it. Watch it.
I don't think you're convincing anybody to watch it.
I couldn't believe I couldn't believe it. It was so dumb.
How long is that movie?
I think it was like an hour.
The 2 hour mark?
No, it was like an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay.
I think. Oh, let me see. Sweet Girl. So it wasn't very long. Like I was in the mood for like just dumb action. I didn't care. 1 hour 50 minutes. So almost 2 hours. So yeah. Well, you got a lot to explain.
I think I'm gonna pass on that one.
It would be funny though to have a camera on you and get a reaction out of you when that reveal is done. Food is ready. Okay, I better go.
What do you put on a turkey burger?
I am a mustard, onions, and some pickles if we have it.
Ooh,
that's it.
Are you going full out bun, like making a real burger, or is it just the patty and
no.
served on a plate?
No, get the bun. Get the bun, and then I think we have some lettuce, so I might throw some lettuce on there. Maybe a slice of tomato because we have tomato. Whatever we have, if I feel like it, I don't know. We'll see.
I don't really. I don't want to be a child when I eat, but I always like to take the vegetables off and eat those separately.
I do that with the tomatoes sometimes on the fast food ones.
That's legitimately messy at times.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I try to pick out the vegetables, eat those as a salad on the side.
Oh, dude, you're just in time for us to leave.
Hey, welcome back.
Come back.
Make sure you watch Sweet Girl, Duke.
That'd be
highly recommended.
No. Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
You're gonna love the twist.
Now he's going to be sitting there waiting for the twist. What's the twist? Where's the twist? Oh, yeah.
And you're gonna get one of those. Come on.
All right, that's it. I gotta go, but yeah,
right.
that was fun. All right, don't check it out, Duke. Don't. All right, goodbye, everybody.
Leave your thoughts on Discord.
Yeah, maybe if you saw Sweet Girl, maybe you liked it. I don't know. All right.
All right. Later, people.
And broadcast.